the employee demographic, and then I run again. So this is basically everything we have on that table. We have the employee ID, we have the first name, we have the last name, we have the age, we have the gender, and we have the birth rate. We could also check what we have on the salary too. And then we run. And then the max sign here is always to show that, oh, your code ran. And then under the employee salary, we have the last name, you have your occupation, you have salary, and you have the department ID. Also under the parks department, I think in here I forgot an S. So under the parks department, we have this department ID and the department name. So basically, these are the contents of each of the tables under the parks and recreation database. This is a way to get make use of database. You have to use database first and then select everything from database. You could also work on like each individual columns of the tables, but for now, we're doing that just to know the contents of the. So back to the slides. Here, this is what I just explained basically. In obviously from a database, you can have, like I said, we can have more than you can have either one or many tables in database. And tables contains rows and columns as referred to as each row in the table basically contains all the information about each record. Like under the patrons now, you can see the first row is basically a record which contains the card number, name, member year, and total fine, which is details of a particular entity. And then each column, which is basically a particular feature of every entity. And obviously, there are no limits to the number of records we can have in a table. Good table manners. Table names, we should always name table names as lowercase. You can very bad practice to have spaces in between names of table columns. So instead of using spaces, it's like advisable to use underscores. I explained this already as a record being a row in the table that gives all the and then the field being a particular column that gives a particular feature of all entities in the table. More table manners. Field names should always be lowercase, should have no spaces, like I said. Instead of using spaces, it's advisable to use underscores, be singular, and be different. Field names should be the same to obviously give you an error. And also, in a database, no two table names should be the same. Also, unique identifiers in a table, you can it's not advisable to have not advisable to have more than one record having a unique identifier. Unique card number, just like your matric number. No two students should have two matric two. No two students should have the same matric number. That would obviously cause an error in as of you. So there's supposed to be unique IDs for each of the records in a table. And also you can have as many, like I said, you can have as many tables as possible. And each in each of your tables too, you can have as many records, entities as possible in your tables. In your tables, each of the particular data type, just like on the card number now, you can't have a name or the person here. You can only have numbers, which is like unique identifiers. You can't have a number here and have a name. So every details in under the card number must be of the same data type, which is an int for number. And under names now, you can't have a number as someone name. It must be a chart, a variable, which is which is not an int. So you can only have a varchar character here. And under member here, you can only have digits too. You can't have a digit and a name under here. They must all be of the same type. And under total fine, you can see we have a double character, which is 9. You can't have a name, a varchar character here. You can have a double and int. They work together. Like names now, names all the values under names must be a string field. You can't have a string field, or you can't have a string field, string and an int together under one field. It's not going to work. Error. Remember, here is an integer field. You can only have an integer character under here. You can't have a string character under here. It's table. And then the total fine, you can only have a float character under here. My bad. I think I've just been talking. I've not been asking questions. Do any of you have a question? Hello?
No, no questions so far.
No question so far. Okay. What I've been doing. You could ask questions if you don't understand. I could go back to it to explain it if you want.
But excuse me, please, I have a question, please.
No, what's that, please?
Okay, please, I just want to ask that would the video be shared in the group because I didn't start from the beginning, and since
Of
I'm
course,
having network that.
it will be uploaded on YouTube after.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you very much.
And then schemas basically is a table that contains the details of each of the fields in a table. Just like the let me go back to sharing my SQL workbench. The schema this is the schema now of the employee demographic. It contains each columns and the data types of each columns, which is details of each of them. The first name here shows it's a virtual. You can only have a virtual character and must not extend past 50 characters. There's a last name here which has the virtual character too, which also like states that you can have more than 50 characters. And then there's the age column too, which must only contain its characters there. And the gender too, which contains only virtual. And then there's birth date, which contains only its character. How to manipulate your database. Like I said, from this we put out all the details on one of the table here. Let me go back to employee salary. If I'm to pull out all the details under employee salary, which is the table, one of the tables we have under our database here, which is packs and creation. You could see that under that we have five, no, six fields here, which is employee ID, first name, last name, occupation, salary, department ID. If you see, you only have one data type here, which is int under the employee ID. Under the first name ID, we only have the string characters here, nothing else. Under the last name, we only have string characters too. Under occupation, we only have string characters. Under salary, we have int. Then under department ID, we have only int too. Now, if I want to query the table to get, if you notice, under department IDs, there are there are different roles with different department IDs. If I want to get if I want to get employees who are under only department one, all I have to do is select the old database, um the old fields from employee salary, where, and then I can use where keyword to further streamline it to where department ID is equals to one. Then I run. See, we used to have more than this. We used to have 18 rows, no, 18 rows. We used to have 12 rows, and now all we have is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 7 rows. Now it's only showing us department IDs for people that are in department one. Yeah, let's go back to the old table here, which is what we have here. If you want to streamline the table to get employees that have salaries greater than, we have different salaries here: 25,000, 70,000, 50,000, 25,000, 50,000, 60,000, 55. If you want to get for employees that have salaries greater than 60,000, we could also use the word to get salaries, where salary, you can pick the field name is greater than 60,000. We have 12 we have 12 records here. If you count we our by ourselves how many records have the salary greater than 60,000, we'll see that it's only one, two, three, four, five. Now let me run it. Can you see? Now we've been able to streamline our table to get what we want, which is for salaries greater than 60,000. If I want to order, if I want to arrange the what we got here in order of increasing salaries, what I do is use the order by keyword rather, order by keyword with the salary. That way we could arrange the salary incomes in increasing order. Do you see? 65,000, 70,000, 70,000, 75,000, 90,000. If you want to do the other way too and arrange the database with decreasing salary, all you have to do is add the DESC word behind and then run, and you can see now the salary starts from 90,000, 75,000, 70, 70, 65. You guys get that part? Hello?
Yes, yes.
You guys have questions? You want me to repeat anything or do anything you want? Now, let me take it back to here, which is the old table under employee salary. What do you think you can do to this? How do you think you can query this table now to get what we want? Like, what do you like to get from this table? Hello?
Yeah, can we specify like a specific maybe you want to get the data for of somebody that has a specific name,
Of
like
course,
just with that person's maybe first name.
of course. So all we have to do is
Alright.
use the where phrase. So we're looking for one with let's say we're looking for data for Anne now. What would you have to do is specify where first name is equals to, because it's a string, we have to include the name in a column, and then we use Anne. If you run it now, see it brought out the details for only Anne. Did you see that?
All right. Thanks.
So
Yeah. Yes.
what else do you want us to do? Let's go back to this. So we're back to this. What do you like us to do again from here? We could decide to find who are the office managers here. Like just yeah, we have two office managers. So we decide to do where occupation. Be careful to, it's case sensitive if you're looking for something in it. So be careful to use the right case. So if I run this code now, you could see these are people in the table that have the office manager roles, which is Jerry and Donna. So back to the slide. I don't think we have anything. Let me see what we have there. These are the basic SQL syntaxes we have, and they are select, where, create table, join, group by, order by, limits, and distinct. Okay, I think let's use the distinct now and limits on our. From this database now, let's work on the demographics. Yeah, let's work on how many distinct genders we have here. How many distinct genders do we have here? Obviously, there are only two distinct genders. See, it only shows us the two distinct genders we have, which are male and female. We could also go back and count how many genders we have. So we use the select count, and then when we run, we have 11 genders, but that doesn't mean they're distinct. These are basically the number of people in the database.
I'm sorry, one question.
What's that?
When you put select, I can't see the symbol that is what is that symbol?
That's an asterisk.
Okay, okay.
So basically, you could decide to show each individual column in the table. But if you want to show everything without specifying them individually, you just see the asterisk. If I want to show employee ID now, only the employee ID from employee demographic, all I have to do is select employee ID, and then if I run, see I only have the employee ID now from the table. I could also get the first name and last name. First name, last name from employee demographics. See, I streamlined it and got only a table of just first names and last names from the employee demographic. So you could either select asterisk to get all the columns from the table, or select the particular ones you need, either the employee ID, the first name, the last name, age, gender, or birth rate. If you want to if you want to look for employees over 40 from the employee demographic, all you have to do is use the where to get for employees with the age of over 40. We only have four employees whose age are over 40. And I think I've said basically everything. You guys have questions or things you want me to do or show, or things you understand that I could talk on? I think I'll share you this database too, so you guys could work with it. And I think you can always watch the video when it's uploaded to find out how I imported the database. I'll share the database to you on the WhatsApp group. This is how I got the database I worked on. I used server, then import data imports, and then imports from self contained file, and then if of course you already have the database downloaded on your system, you can just search for the particular file you want to, and then tap on it and then open. And start the imports. That way you could work on the database. Any other questions? Hello?
One more. Those three little like boxes on the right corner there, like what are they for?
Yeah?
Wait, no, no, no.
Where?
Well, up, SQL additions above that SQL addition pin.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay, yeah. These are used for, because I take out the site. If I put this one now, see, it takes out my side of here, which is schema.
Okay.
If I tap on this one, it brings out the action outputs. Take it out too. This one to take this one out.
o- Okay. Okay.
I fine with that. So, what other question do you have? Hello, Victor.
Sir,
Do you have any question for me?
I'm sorry, I really joined late too. I never knew the class was starting by 3.
Or you could always watch the videos on, and I'll be giving an assignment so you guys can, work on it and get feedback. Let me share the
Sir, please
attendance with
hope,
you.
hope, hope this link will be sent for the YouTube channel today so I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
add
it will be sent
up.
to the YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So I'm sharing I'm sharing the attendance to the chat box now so you can feel. Tumola, do you have a question? Neo, David,
No, I don't
Abdulhamid,
have a question.
No more questions. Thank you.
Neo, I would like a reply, and Tumola too. Since no one has a question, I think I'm done. I would share my slides to you guys on the group chats so that way you guys can go through it and in case you missed anything, go through it and learn from it.
Okay, sir, please, and also the YouTube link.
Yeah, the video, of course, it will be shared on the YouTube. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you, sir.